Mr. Alex, do
Oh
you
shit.
agree or disagree with what she said in the video? Why or why not?
Um, I'm on the fence, and I know that might sound crazy coming from me. Uh, I can't be hypocritical with that shit because I done ran through my
In your day,
shell in my
right?
day, so I can't really, you know, you got to ask me the next question because I can't really just agree with it and say that's what it. Now I'm gonna say this. Do I think that it's a lot of value lost there as far as mental and emotional? Yeah, but like as your person, there's somebody out there that's gonna accept any woman, no matter what the fuck she look like, what the fuck she been through. Now that ain't gonna be the man that you when you was 26 that you dreamed of having.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the man you can get, not the man
Now,
that you actually want.
right.
Let's just call a spade a spade. So
All
go
right.
ahead to the next question.
Do you think women should be more mindful of who they engage in physical intimacy with any more than men?
Um, I think a smart woman always will do that, just like you heard from Luna. A smart woman always gonna do that. Not because of what a man think or any control that people want to put out here that a man is trying to have over them, but the control they have over themselves. A woman that's self-aware is not fit to let everybody jump up and down in it. It don't matter how sexually liberated she might be in her mind and how freaky she might be. She just not fit to be that type of person for her own self and safety. Just like you hear these women saying below and or whatever. Um, it's just my opinion. If you gonna go out here and we talked about the prostitutes and the porn stars and all of that shit, they get paid. The fact that you out here doing this shit for free is asinine. Asinine. You done slept with 50 men and you ain't a millionaire. That is crazy. Crazy. Because Jada Five, Panky, all of them, they got loot. They got loot now. They ain't looking for no, they ain't gotta worry about no 401k. They paying their doctor bills with cash. But you out here with 50 somebodies for free? It's crazy. Period. Period. Now we put it, we're gonna break it down to its lowest levels. If you out here being a 304 for bags and trips and it has no long-term value, crazy.
Sorry, can someone just define what a 304 is?
Ho, ho.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right,
Next
Mr.
question.
Alex.
Next question, please.
Yeah, yeah. Um, do you think there's an agenda among certain groups of people to encourage the sexual liberation of women?
Oh yeah, by all means, yeah, for sure. Um, when for all of the men and the women that like women that ain't shit, the men that ain't shit, when I wasn't shit, I loved hoes. Well, I need all of them to be out here because it makes it easier for me to have a good night, a good
Right,
weekend.
right,
I need y'all to be. Look, when I was out there like that, I need all y'all to be out here sexually liberated because I don't want to try hard. What the
right,
fuck I need to put all this work in for?
right.
Be as be as liberated as possible because I'm not trying to try hard. And if you make it to where I don't have to try hard, then by all means be out here giving up that thing as freely as possible.
Wait. Can I just clarify that like sexual liberation doesn't mean that you're easy. It
Uh,
means that you don't feel guilty about engaging in consensual acts that you choose to and want to engage in. It doesn't mean that like everyone's suddenly easygoing, like
ma'am,
two different
ma'am,
things.
ma'am, that's your opinion, but to the majority,
To the majority of who?
you cannot to the majority of the women, you cannot tell them who they can and cannot sleep with.
No, it's not. That's the
With
point. It's not telling
who
them who
she
they can and
wants
cannot, but it doesn't mean that they're easier.
who she wants to sleep with is who
It's
she wants to
about
sleep
like
with.
the guilt thing. It's like not
I
feeling
don't care
guilty.
about no. I'm not care about no guilt. We ain't talking
Exactly,
about
but
guilt.
it doesn't
We
mean that they're
talking about
easier. Oh
freedom.
my god.
Talking
Oh
about
my god.
freedom, man. Freedom.
I'm
You not
okay.
you can't tell that woman what to do with her body. She is sexually liberated, and if she want to have sex with me and then go turn around and have sex with somebody else the next weekend, she is well within her right to do that, and let her do it. Men ain't complaining about that. We don't care. Go do that shit. That's what y'all fail to understand. Men have whole phases just like women have whole phases. The only problem is when we come out of our whole phases, unfortunately, which is the truth, we about to go be the best man we can possibly be to a Luna with 2 kids. And never leave the house and make sure that woman is well taken care of. That's the unfortunate truth for y'all. And it's sad, it's fucked up, but it's kind of just the way it works.
Do you support the sexual liberation of women, Mr. Alex?
Yep, sure do. I sure do.
Okay. Yeah. Before I go, we got to sit on this for a second. So I know you have a daughter. Your daughter is a freshman in college right now, right?
No. She's still in high school.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought she was okay. Anyhow, so being that you just said that you do support the sexual liberation of women, when your daughter, when she finally does go to campus and she's gonna have this autonomy that she never had before. She's not gonna be under, the roof and the tutelage of Mr. Alex and her mother. And it's gonna be some 18-year-old named Ladarius that
Ladarius
be away from his parents as well. And this gonna be his first time having this level of autonomy. And Ladarius is gonna be really horny because there's gonna be a lot of girls, more girls than he's ever been around. He gonna see they're gonna be beautiful in his eyes.
You can stop. Just ask the question, man.
All right, so being that you say you support the sexual liberation of women, when it comes to your daughter, do you have the same energy?
All right, so look, when my daughter goes out into the world, she goes out into the world. I cannot watch her 24/7. The only thing I can do is hope that she makes the best decisions for her life. What I tell my daughter is chase your dreams, but be grounded in reality. Now, if you go out and make a decision that takes away your dreams, then that was a decision that you made, and you have to live with it, just like every other woman that does it. If she go out there and get pregnant, then she cannot chase her dreams fully. She can't. That's just what that is. It's just what that is. That's the reality of it all. I was a young man too. She has to go out here and experience life. Do I want some bad shit to happen to my daughter? No. If somebody put their hands on my daughter, I'm going to prison. But her going out and living her life, I don't expect her to be no damn 304 because I didn't raise her that way. She has value. She values herself. She is not a young lady that allows other women or other men to persuade her. I can see that in her right now. She marches to a beat of her own drum just like her dad does. So with that being said, I'm proud of my child, but she has to go out and live and experience life as she lives it. But at the end of the day, I don't think she's gonna go out and do sleep with a bunch of men. But if she does choose to do that, she is gonna limit her ability to chase her dreams. And that's why I tell her all the time, chase your dreams, but stay grounded in reality. You are a product of your choices in life. And you can't complain when your choices lead down a road that do not lead to your dreams.
Can I just ask a question, Noble? Is that okay? So, we kind of had like a taste today previously about, like the liberation thing. All for it. You said that it makes it like easier for men to get women. Where do you kind of like draw that line then? Because I appreciate and I understand what you're saying because it's very much what my dad taught me, which was like, I've taught you to the best of my ability. And if you make a mistake, that is yours. And if you think that you're adult enough to handle it, handle it. But at what point then do you say like, okay, women can be and make their own decisions, but it doesn't necessarily make them, as you call them, a 304
Ma'am.
if they
Okay,
do.
so let me just put this. Let me help you out. Okay, let me say this. If you are out in your primary focus, because let me tell you something about hoes. Hoes don't have dreams. Hoes are out pleasing and trying to be pleased. They look for status over future. They're not worried. They trying to go see who they can be with so they can tell their friends that I was with someone. Just like a man that sleeps with a very attractive woman, that immature man is gonna be like, oh yeah, I hit that.
Mm-hmm.
That immature man gonna be like, oh yeah, I hit all three of them, friends. I had all three of them. Now the women are taking on that same dynamic. Oh yeah, I had him, girl. You know he alright. Oh yeah, I had him too. He okay. Oh yeah, he think he got money, but he don't really have no money. He couldn't even fly me out. Yeah, but I had him too when he came into town. He okay.
Is
A
that
woman, a
just
woman, a
and
woman, a woman chasing her dreams, a woman trying to be about her money and about her future, they don't do that.
I if I could just interject real quick, I think what he's trying to explain, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is more so that
so is
being a hoe is more of a mindset more than a body count. Do you kind of get the comparison? Like, it's not so much
okay.
the body count, it's how you're acting in your day-to-day life. Like, are you being led by the fact that you just want to get, that sexual gratification, or are you actually focusing on pursuing your life and making something out of your life?
But then
It,
to the same extent, what if there's like women out there who perhaps, don't, publicize that,
ma'am, you
but
can't be ruled.
but it's
You cannot be ruled by sex and chase your dreams. It's just like a man. When women say a man only thinks about sex, a man that's only thinking about sex is not a productive man.
but
He's an immature man.
correlation isn't necessarily causation, right? So like you can be a super successful man or woman and have an insane body count, but you're still incredibly
Okay.
successful.
The only thing I'm trying to tell you is the super successful men is they have access to a bunch of women and they can
Right.
sleep with a bunch of women. That doesn't mean that they just fucking everybody. They get
Right,
to
but that's what
select they get to select the best woman out of a group of women because they have those type of choices.
But that's what I'm saying. Correlation is not causation because the body count's still high, but the
But I just
the
told you that the
limiting.
body count isn't what matters.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is like the
So
correlation of like between a hoe.
if your primary focus is just to have sex and that's your primary focus, which that means that's your priority, that's what you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be seeking, primary concern. So that's what you're going after. We're not talking about someone who can balance it. We're talking about someone who, by dictionary text, would be considered a hoe, is what we're talking about. Not just someone who has a high body count. I
A
can't sit here
person,
and call you a hoe and you caught 30 bodies over the course of 10 years. Like, how can I sit here and even gauge what would make someone a hoe? We're talking about a mindset.
Okay, I
so
grasp
look,
that, but
you
like the video itself, as far as I'm aware, the woman was correlating being a hoe with body count. No, Noble, like she mentioned 13.
yes, yes,
Right.
she was. The whole point though, the whole point, women women don't have the same satisfaction of being able to go out because Luna can say I've only been with four men and everybody in the chat said, "Oh, that's not high. That's not high." A woman that's only been with four men can claim four men proudly. But once you get into those other numbers, they say, "Oh, well, just tell him you only been with three men." That's the that's the consensus amongst women. He's never going to know. How could he ever verify? How could he
Okay,
ever
got it.
verify? But a woman, because and I say this on my platform all the time, if you want to take back the shame that society has put on it, then claim your body count. If you've been with 50 men, I've been with 50 men, so fucking what? You either like it or you don't. Women need to start doing that. If you don't want people to shame you for your body count, then claim your body count. Stop lying about it. Normalize it. Just like gay
Got-
people normalize being gay. They had to come out and be proud of it.
Okay, yeah, that's
So
understandable.
if you want to be proud of having a high body count, then say how many men you been with. I've been with 50 fucking men. So fucking what? Who gives a shit? I've been with 50 men. I had a woman come on my platform and say, I can't remember how many men I've been with. So
Oh, I
what?
remember that. I remember that, Mr.
Yeah. So who gives a shit? If you want to normalize it, then normalize it. Gay people normalize being gay, and now it is widely accepted. They have some people that don't like it, but for the most part, the world accepts it. They have a whole day. So if women want to be sexually liberated, then keep motherfucking saying, I've been with 15 men. I've been with 30 men. I've been with 40 men. I've been with 80 men. So who gives a shit? And for everybody talking about, oh, I knew this is the craziest part, Noble. And I watched these comments. I've been here for a minute. This is the craziest thing about this live, where you'll see people saying hoes getting rings. You notice the sentence. It's still hoes out here getting rings. Let me say it to you one more time so it'll sink in. It's still hoes out here getting rings. They don't say it's still women with high body counts getting rings. They don't say it's still married women that used to be hoes getting rings, as in past tense. They are saying they still hoes and they getting married. Shit crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
And them women saying that shit, them still hoes getting married. Because just because they got a ring on their finger don't mean they ain't stopped hoeing. Shit crazy, ain't it?
I think contextually it was meant past tense. I don't know, like Luna, hop in if like
Oh,
you
Miss
thought
Miss
differently.
Miss Mandy, I don't look, let me tell you something.
Who's
She
Miss
talked about
Mandy?
30. Miss Mandy asked me my body count. I didn't look, let me tell you something. I claim mine. I honestly, and I'm just telling you the honest to God truth, and people that follow me know my stories. I done did 30 in a year.
Sorry.
I done did 30 in a year.
That's more than 2 a month.
What an interesting reaction.
But look, I'm not telling nobody to go out and do shit like that, but I done did 30 in a year easy. But that's
See, like I
me.
can tell you're a dad because of like your honesty. Like
See, Fran,
that's
but
how
see
I
how
know.
you just gasped right there, baby? That right there is exactly how some people feel when they hear a certain number.
But I said I would react the same way to like a man, and I just did, and I like
No,
would
no, no, no,
expect
no,
them to
no, no,
react
no.
the same
But
way
I'm
to me.
saying
But
that
I
I'm saying
told
that's
y'all
the
in the
same
beginning.
mentality.
But I told y'all in the beginning.
Got you, okay.
I told y'all in the beginning that I don't shame people for body count. I don't care how many people. I'm the wrong person to try. I don't care how many people you've been with.
I gotta be
Give a
honest,
shit.
like this is that you guys are very few of the people because I feel like many people correlate body count directly to like whether you're
But
a
I'm
hoe or like you're a man hoe, like whatever people call it these days. I have no
Right.
clue. I've graduated, like I have no clue what people call it, but like same thing. And I feel like majority of people don't do that these days, which is really like shocking. But I'm shocked just because like I was just like, whoa, like, like that's to me that's a high number. But again, I mean, I didn't even mention my age. I'm only 23, so like that's more people than I've even lived. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a shock to me.
well, there you go. I've
Well,
lived a
yeah, and
lot longer. I've
exactly.
lived a lot longer than you. I've been on a lot more continents than you have been on, more than likely, because I've been where you at. If you in England or
I live in
Britain,
America. I've been on like almost every continent though. I just
well,
haven't been to
well,
like
well, we in the
Antarctica.
same. Well, when I went to a continent, I dabbled a lot.
Said I dabbled.
I did a lot of dabbling. So you know what I'm
Mr.
saying?
Alex.
So do
You
you
know,
guys think that I'm
Mr.
just curious?
Alex.
what's
Sorry,
up,
Mr.
man?
Alex.
How you doing?
You got babies in different area codes?
No.
I got an 18-year-old that live with me, and I just had a newborn. I only have two children. I've never
You
had
just
any
had a baby?
STDs. Yep,
Yep.
that's my kid right there in the picture.
Congratulations.
Mr.
But the
Mr. Nick,
thing is,
he has
the
a whole
thing
piece
is though,
married.
I ain't never had no STD. I can put my medical records up on the screen at any time.
Because you care about your body to protect yourself.
You
You have
damn
enough
right.
like conscious.
You
Yeah, which is
damn right.
important, regardless whether you're sleeping with one partner or with a lot of partners. And Fran, just to touch base on what you're saying, like that's what's so important about it is that it's subjective to each person. Like to whereas you hearing that number, you had that like, oh, like that's a little high. Someone might look at that number and think it's nothing. So it's completely subjective. And I think this is really an argument that is so overhad a discussion that is just completely so overplayed. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It
But
matters who
Luna,
you are.
the thing is though, you are 20, 26, right?
Yes, sir.
Divorcee
Yes, sir.
with 2 kids.
Yes, sir.
You have way more value mentally and emotionally than any other woman that's just out here flapping in the motherfucking wind.
Facts.
And that's just the bottom line. That's just all it is. That's why I made the comment. I could have went out and in my current status of being and how I am, how I live my life, you know what I'm saying, and met a woman like you and married her in 6 fucking months before I went and married somebody that I knew was just out here flapping in the fucking wind. For this point and this point only. Not just because you're a good person, good wife, and a good mother, because I know that you know how to make a fucking home.
So I have a question though for Noble,
Thank you
because
for that,
Noble,
Alex.
I agree with everything Alex said, but I also think, Noble, you've had a few topics up here about like single mothers or like things like that. So like what do you mean you agree?
What do you mean, friend?
Because you've said multiple times like men don't want like women with kids.
Oh, okay.
And
I see.
blah
I
blah
see what you're saying.
blah.
Yeah, but I've also said this too. What I've said in the past, and I'm going to say it here again tonight, because I told plenty of women this on here and off of here. What I said was that what I say and what I have said is that a woman that's a divorcee, so she could be a single mother, but if she is a divorcee, she has much more value and she is seen in a different light in the eyes of men versus the woman that just got popped by Ladarius and Devontae and Davion, and she got 3 kids by 3 different men. Like that woman that's a widow, that woman that's a divorcee, she is seen in a completely different light. Like she actually, she actually planned to have a family with a man. Like they didn't work out, but they had a covenant. It's completely different than, women just being out here just getting impregnated by all these different men that
No,
they're
but
not married.
let me put it in perspective, right? I'm gonna put it in another perspective. A woman that has been divorced, right? And you look at it from women that look at a man that is wanted by multiple women. That's a wanted man. But that woman was made a wife. That is the biggest sacrifice that a man can make.
Wait, a woman being a wife is the man's biggest sacrifice?
Is the biggest sacrifice that a man can make is making a woman his wife.
You don't think that women sacrifice a lot
I
as
didn't
well?
look. You can't look. Okay, stop. I'm not talking about the woman's aspect of it. I'm looking at it from the man's perspective. The biggest sacrifice that a man can make is make a woman his wife. And Luna was chosen by a man to do that with. Right? She accepted it and she did that. It didn't work out, but she is still in a man's eyes, that woman's wife material.
Right.
Period. Because some man said she is worth risking everything that I have, not fucking with any other woman, whether the man was faithful or not. I'm willing to try and do that for that woman. There is women on this planet right now that will never ever be proposed to, but think they wifey material, and they will never get a proposal at all.
Facts. The woman that they go on all the dates, they go on every date that a man asks them to go out on a date. They go on every single date. They get materialistic items, they get bags, they get shoes, they get flown out, they go on trips. They get their back blown out, but they don't ever get committed to. A man never wants to commit to them.
And the craziest part about it is you don't even get the conversation, the mention.
Right.
I'm not saying you in general,
and
just
to address the comments, what he's saying by sacrifice is that when you join someone in marriage, you're putting all your assets at risk, all of your money at risk. a lot comes with the divorce process. So for you as a man or a woman or whatever you identify as, to make that commitment to someone, I think that's what he's saying when he's using the word sacrifice.
Okay,
Is
but
that
like when
you're
you
putting
say
everything on
that,
the line.
when you say that, realistically, within the law, like within family law, right? Unless you have a certain amount, you're really not risking that much. And then if you don't have a prenup,
Well,
you're
that's
really not
incorrect.
risking that
So
much.
that's incorrect.
It's not. My
So
mom's a
let me
family
go
lawyer.
ahead and educate you just a little
My
bit.
mom's literally a family lawyer, and it's
Okay,
like
so
you
let me
don't
go ahead
have
and
to owe
educate
something.
you.
You
Just
don't
one
have to. My
second.
mom's a lawyer.
Okay,
My mom's
well,
literally a
then
family
your
lawyer.
mom
My mom
has
did divorces.
okay. Can I please speak, Fran? Because I'm not trying to argue. I'm trying to explain something to you. Like, let's say two people get married and they buy a house. That's something that debt has to be divided between those two people. If like it's not just
So it's just that's an equal sacrifice on both parts. So.
okay, but what I'm saying is that for you as a person to decide that you're even willing to make that sacrifice is a big commitment. As I'm sure you can agree, marriage is a big commitment.
Yeah,
so you are making a sacrifice. Both parties make sacrifices. All marriage is compromise.
Y'all
I
getting
don't
into
think
the
that
wrong
marriage
part
is.
of it. You going,
I think
ladies,
for me
please.
though, like I think the way I view marriage, I don't think it should be seen as a sacrifice. I think that it's a commitment, a union.
I'm about to swing this back into the actual topic because I don't want to get off of Noble's topic. The whole point is, women like Luna, kids or not, that have only been with 4 men, to a man like me that is established in this world and not just somebody talking about the medium income of 50, I couldn't pay half of my bills with $52,000 a year. That's horrible. And I'm sorry for anybody that's making that type of money. God bless you. And I hope you start making more money. But at the end of the damn day, a man that's established, that is established in life, that might be a little bit older, will come and scoop up Luna and her 2 fucking kids and never leave the fucking house. And never leave the house and get that woman everything that she wants. And more than likely, eventually, that will be Luna's fucking future. Because she carries herself that way and she thinks of herself as an asset to a man and to herself foremost. So she is going to be standing out front and sets herself apart, and she is different from the crowd of women that she will always be around no matter what. And men see that shit. Luna's a prize.
I think she's an asset by herself, not necessarily to someone.
I said that, but ma'am, we're not put here to be alone. She has 2 daughters. And yes, they have their own fathers and stuff like that. But she still deserves somebody that looks at her every morning and appreciates the fact that she's in his life. You know what I mean? Like that's just what that is.
I comprehend where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't think that having a partner necessarily is the only way to prove your worth, right?
I didn't say nothing about proving her worth. I did not say that.
She
already knows what she is. She sure. The reason why the fact that she's only been with 4 men tells you everything you need to know about that woman. She is very self-secure.
I love how you didn't care about body count, but it's all you
I do not care about body count. It's all you keep
mentioning, though.
I do not care about body count, but I have to give her credit for her self-discipline. Because a lot of people don't have it. I already told you shit. I didn't have it.
I gotta be honest. I think that when you're in a long-term relationship, not cheating is literally the baseline. So discipline automatically comes when you accept a relationship. But I do think it's funny because I don't think value is derived from, oh, well, I see you as an asset, so therefore you have value. Everyone has an innate value. And the fact that there is the highest amount of
saying that Luna has value does not mean that other people don't have value. That is not what I said. I never said that.
That's not what I said. You said.
That's what you're implying.
Said, no, it's literally not. I said everyone has innate value, but it doesn't necessarily have to derive farther. Because you said, oh, well, people will be more willing to marry her. Well, that may be your perspective, but that may not be a collective perspective, which is something important to take into account. But the other thing is there is the highest amount of single women right now who are at their absolute happiest. It's been statistically reported in the WSJ, the FT, Browders, everything. And it's like, I feel like we don't need to correlate like someone's value with
Ma'am,
whether they are or are not going to be taken by a man. Like, that's not where
ma'am,
Luna's
I'm
values
not.
derive
She
from.
she has to accept whatever proposals come her way, whether it
She
is
doesn't
for a
have
relation.
to. Luna, do you have to accept all your
Oh God,
proposals?
would you just listen to what I'm saying before you say something?
You
She
just said it.
can accept, not have to. She can accept whatever proposals that come her way, whether it be committed relationship or marriage. She still has to accept it. A man has to offer it. It's
She
still
doesn't
her
have
choice to
to
do.
accept it, though. You just said it again. You just said she
Oh
has to accept it, but
goddamn.
she doesn't.
Saying that she has to accept something means she still has the choice of whether or not she accepts it or not.
No, has is a definitive term. That means they must.
Oh, god damn it. It's still a choice, man. Semantics and words. I'm sorry. You
No,
just
words are important, so use them
okay.
correctly. Has
Okay, ma'am.
is not the same as
I'm done with it.
can.
I'm done with it, Noble. Go to your next guy. I'm done.
All right, hold on. Let me go to the fourth one, Mr. Alex. A man having a high body count does not affect his ability to get a wife, but it's not the same the other way around. True or false?
Um, true. I'm living proof of it. Living
Other
proof
than
of it.
you being living proof of it, elaborate.
Um, because when it's all said and done, if a woman does want to be married, she wants a man that's stable, emotionally intelligent, able to manage himself. Um, when I'm talking about women that want to be married, a man that is able to lead when he's supposed to lead and able to take counsel from a woman. That means he does listen to his woman, not just boss her around or whatever, because the majority of men that are married are ruled by their women for the most part. The women have final say so in most decisions that are made in a marriage. And any married man will tell you that. Um, any smart man will make sure, especially if he's going to be married and wants to be married, that his woman is in a place of peace because he expects his woman to provide that same peace within his household. So yeah, a man can definitely be, a reformed 304 like myself or whatever that wasn't out here nasty and creating kids all over the place. You know what I mean? And still go and find a very great woman like I did and settle down with and marry. Period. I
Fran,
get to pick.
ladies, any objections, any rebuttals, any challenges you want to give to him on what he just said?
I was gonna let Luna go since she has been married. Just Luna, do you have anything to add?
Honestly, I really do agree with what he said. So I'll just let you kind of go ahead and see what you can inject right now or interject right now.
I mean, I was gonna agree for the most part. I mean, I think that in the majority of marriages, and this is just something I have seen, is that women make all of the little decisions, which is the majority of marriage, and men tend to make the big decisions, such as like moving or like which school your kid attends, which college they attend. And I think that that's like generally speaking the power dynamic I see. Do I think that's negative and that one rules the other? Probably not, because at least traditionally speaking, the man is the bread earner, so they don't have time to make little decisions. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Well, I say this, and this is just from the people that I know in my age range or whatever. I'm 41 years old. Most men ain't trying to control women. We don't care what the fuck y'all do. The women that set themselves apart will rise above the rest of y'all. And that's just how it's always been. And it's never gonna change. For all of the women that want to go out here and live your best life, do your thing, be single, be independent, men don't care. A man that's looking for a wife does not give a shit what you do. We don't care. Go out and do all of those things. For the man that can do that, that has, you know, a woman that knows that she is secure within her house and everything else, and if they get into it or any other bullshit, and he's a low life of a person that wants to cheat, guess who is out there not giving a shit, having a high body count? Y'all women. So y'all are out there for him to go cheat with. Y'all create that space for those men to go cheat with. So we don't give a shit. We don't care. Go have your hot girl summers and everything else, and for all y'all women out here that don't honor the sanctity of marriage, that are sleeping with all of these married men and all of this shit, y'all are the main reasons why men cheat is because you allow them quarters to do so. A man can't just sit up there and cheat with himself. It has to be a woman involved if he's a heterosexual man. So there's a woman out there with a fucking sandwich willing to give him some motherfucking pussy. And that's just all that shit is.
Facts.
So it ain't, it's, I get it. Men need to have self-control and not go out and cheat. But if it wasn't a woman out there willing to open up her legs to a married man, then it wouldn't be a lot. And a lot of men would be like, well, women have said that they are sexually liberated, but they don't fuck married men.
But
They don't
there's like,
fuck men in relationships. That is their rule, period. Women have said that. They stood on that because they're not going to ruin another woman's relationship.
exactly. That's what it is, and like it's a self-respect thing on both parts, but it's also like, I mean, I struggle with the idea of the whole temptation argument that sometimes people use, like, oh well, like if it's there, like, oh, how can I like resist? And that's not what you said. I'm just saying that people do offer
Well,
that as like an
I'm
argument
just
for it.
saying. Only thing I'm saying is,
I just said you didn't say that.
if a man wants to cheat and he's a heterosexual man, has to be a woman that allows him to do it.
I agree with that, but I don't think that.
So if women respected other women as much as they want to be sexually liberated and not want to say anybody has control over them, then one thing that women would do unanimously is say, I'm not going to sleep with a man in a relationship or a man that's married. We
Yeah.
all as women agree that we will not do that. But I've been in lives where it's been a boxes full of women and the only thing they talk about is how they sleep with married men only.
That's disgusting.
They only go after and pursue married men.
I hate to say
That's
it.
that's
I hate
y'all
to
women doing that.
I hate
You
to
will never
degrade
go
women.
into a live. You'll never go into a live and hear a bunch of men talking about I'm only gonna pursue married women. You'll never see it.
I agree with that, and I hate to degrade women, but I think that women who do that are incredibly insecure. You have to be some different level of like disgusting to want to interfere with a family or a marriage.
Or even a relationship. That's a commitment
Agreed.
within two people.
Young ladies, all I'm saying is women quick to holler, men ain't shit. But women do far worse than men could ever think of.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It's a side of two coins. You're going to find evil on both sides. But you are correct. We should not, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to say whenever I said that I do think there's an agenda, because what more could you ask for than to set out a movement to make women want to sleep with more men and be more free, which there's nothing wrong with that. But how better for a man to take advantage of you than for them to be like, well, I thought that you were just like, I thought you didn't care about that kind of stuff. So what does it matter? Like, y'all are making it so casual that it's taking away from the intimacy. And I know that that's a controversial like statement, but I will stand on that like 110%. You can't tell me that the interaction that you had with like a long-term girlfriend is going to be the same interaction or sex that you had with someone that you hooked up with in one night. It's just not going to happen.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Look, women create the standard.
I think all of us on this panel and everyone in this room right now can say that sex is different when you're having it with someone that you really love / care about.
Yep.
There's very much more of an intimate, passionate feel than just like someone that you just a jump off situation.
Yeah.
Noble. This is starting to become a well-known fact that women agree with. Because I said this shit in one of my lives, and you should have seen the women fucking light up behind it. Men are more monogamous than women are by nature. Dead ass. A lot of women agree with it. You want to know why they agree with it? Because women get bored. Women like variety. Look at their shoe closet. Look at the type of shoes that they got.
Stop. Wait.
A man,
What?
a man, a man, a man
Hold
can
on,
literally,
Mr. Alex.
I swear to God, I swear to
Backtrack
Wait,
God,
on
hold
that
on.
real
Wait,
quick.
wait.
I
Yeah,
swear to God,
Hold
how is
on,
that a
hold
valid
on.
point
I swear to
though?
God, I'm
Wait, I
telling
need
you
to
the
say
truth.
something before I
I'm
forget.
telling you.
Just
I'm
very
telling you.
quick. One of the
I,
questions that you had asked is like, did I ever feel I needed to go out and like do XYZ because my friends were?
Right.
If you find the right partner, you are going to do more nasty shit that you are comfortable doing with that partner than you will ever be doing it with a stranger.
look,
So,
I'm not saying that you are not correct in saying that. All I'm telling you is women like variety.
no, baby.
Men,
I'm talking about a previous question. It's just something that I like put in my head and then forgot I wanted to mention it, and I just needed to get that out because I think that that's so important. You can get a bunch of experience from one partner and be more intimate with them than you'll ever have sleeping
Yeah,
with
of
100
course. Yeah,
people.
and I've said that too. And listen, I've said that too. I 100% agree with you. Like that's why I say like people need to stop trying to correlate how many partners someone has had with like how experienced they are, because first of all, it's one thing to have a one time jump off situation, but like if two people are going to be consistently dealing with each other, there is like a period of learning that person's body, and both of them learning each other's bodies, and learning what they like and what they don't like and what pleasures them and what doesn't pleasure them. So yeah, 100%.
I look, I appreciate it. Appreciate you bringing me up, man. Ladies, y'all live your life. Be safe out here. Know that some men do care about body count. Some men don't. Just because the way that they built, they don't care how many people came before them because they can fill that void. But you got some people they cannot. So they want to have those experiences with you. They don't want, if his first experience getting reverse cowgirl, he want to experience it with you because you his person. So they got men out here that are like that. They got really good self-control and they don't want to just be with anybody. So stop shaming those type of men for just wanting a woman that they want to experience life with sexually. They don't want you to have been with 5 different men or 10 different men or 40 different men. They want to be the person that gets to experience that with you. They want to be the one giving you back shots on the balcony in Bali. They want to be the guy that does all of that with you for the rest of their life. There's men out here that are like that. Now, hey, ma'am, I'm not shaming no women. If
Yeah, I
you
don't
if you
think this is shaming women. This is just going ahead and explaining
yeah,
like
it's
the
I don't
reality of the situation.
it I just the one thing I'm gonna say for you, I advocate for having these conversations and women not insulting men for having an opinion. That's the biggest part of it. Like I've never been up here and he's just Fran had a difference of opinion. I did not insult her. I heard Black Jesus have a whole difference of opinion the whole time. He never insulted a single person, a single woman up here. But the whole time you would look through the comments and see women insulting him, talking about he likes men, he sleeps with men, or don't want
Mr.
nobody want
Alex,
him and all of this type of shit. It is crazy.
Mr.
Well, what
Alex,
a-
Mr. Alex, you know how that goes on this app. It's called ad hominem attacks. Ad hominem attacks. Just for the need to be right, because I'm wrong, but I don't want to admit that I'm wrong, or I don't, or the same. I was just saying this like the same woman that be talking about, oh, a hit dog on holler, them be the woman that be doing the most hollering, like because
Yeah,
when
for
we
real.
have conversations, there's women that they fit, the shoe fits them of the woman that we're speaking on. So instead of just taking it as constructive critique and just talking about real things, they feel like people are trying to shame them. They feel like people are trying to attack them. So that's what they do. And I'm not gonna say what ethnicity of women be doing this, but I know what the majority of what ethnicity majority of the women are on your platform, and vice
Yeah,
versa. I'm not gonna say what it is, but that's not surprising. But
yeah.
like, but
I don't.
see, that's what I'm talking about, though, Mr. Alex. That's why I said I think I was responding to Aaron. I said when men come with their delusion and being unrealistic, women are quick to tell them like, "Yo, who are you? Like,
Yeah,
how much
facts.
money do you make? Like, how big
Yep.
is your Johnson? Like, who do you think you are? Like,
Mm-hmm.
never in a billion years." And that's how they say it, though, too. That's how they say it.
Oh,
But
I
when
read
you
the
but when
comments.
you
I
come
see it.
on when you come on a platform, or when you tell them, when you be respectful, when you tell them the truth, when you be honest, you're bashing women. You don't like your mom. You don't like your sister. You're gay. You're all these different things. So, but they ain't stopping nobody from talking anyways. They're not stopping anybody from having these
Yo,
conversations.
I
They're not
I li-
stopping anybody's motion at the end of the day.
Noble. I'm gonna tell you right now. I gave up. Women, y'all won. Y'all won. Y'all won.
Y'all
Y'all
want
y'all
it,
won.
right?
Y'all won TikTok. Y'all won social media. Y'all won sexual liberation. Do what you want. I don't care. The women that will rise above, and they will. And if they want to be married, they will be wives. The ones that don't, that's fine. Don't be. Y'all won. You get to do what
Oh
you
wait,
want.
that's